It's May 23rd, and it's the funky, freaky Friday edition of Whatzup on That Television, the show that runs from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Fridays. And today is very special, like I said before. But it's a long thing. It's a very, very long thing. Now, this show was designed and made for the Gen Z's age between 16 rather to 26 or 27. These people, all the strengths in tech, business, innovation, music, and then entertainment. We decided to make the show for them. So that means we brought in everybody. We brought in artists, musicians, both circular and spiritual. When I say spiritual, gospel, worldly. And then we had producers here. We had hype men, celebrity hype men. We had Alaga on the show. We had who else have we had? Celebrity world record holders, but Guinness World Record holders. We had like 4 of them. We had Grammy Award winners here. Google Whatzup and people that we television. So everybody that's here or has come here are very special to us. This one, this very guest this morning is very special. So ladies and gentlemen, with all the joy in your hearts, my church will say with Jesus. Help me welcome to Whatzup on That Television this morning, Mrs. Funmi Omoboriowo, aka Funmi. Good morning, man. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Orly. Good to be here.
Yes. I see how you're looking very strong. They say Friday, Friday night will be sweet now, for morning we take.
That's so now.
Friday we take. You're looking really, really expensive. Everybody
expensive. How? How now?
Very, very so this woman she's been doing this for 15 years. She's one of the biggest, one of the baddest. Yes. So you guys, when you listen on radio, particularly 39.7 FM on the breakfast shows, now she's I'm very excited. Crowd, you know why now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's tell you quickly about I guess a celebrity we have in the studio this morning. Her name is Funmi Omoboriowo, just like I said, award-winning broadcaster, and of course she's a highly acclaimed broadcast journalist and on-air presenter with over 15 years of experience in the Nigerian media industry. Her exceptional talent, dedication, and passion for storytelling have earned her numerous awards and recognition. Now, let's give you some of our professional experience. She's an on-air presenter in 39.7 FM, co-host of the flagship program, Breakfast Show. A previous presenter of popular shows like Soul of a Woman and Family and Stranger. And on-air personality, Radio Lagos, 107.5 FM, host of God help me with this one. I don't pronounce that.
I will sue you if you don't pronounce it right. I will sue you.
Oh my God, help me. A historical program showcasing the lives of Yoruba heroes, so you guys should always take a listen. She's highly exceptional, skilled in delivering news bulletins and announcements with precision of journalism. She has a master's degree in communication studies, demonstrating expertise in communication theories and practices. She also has a bachelor's degree in radio and television broadcast. Equipping her with the skills and knowledge in broadcasting, and also diploma in journalism, providing a solid foundation in journalistic principles and practices. Also, she's undergone internships, Daily Times, Nigeria PLC, Voice of Nigeria, and Channels Television. She's also an esteemed member Society of Nigerian Broadcasters, and she's committed to upholding industry standards and best policies, meaning there's no ashes to any kind of standard. It's just strict as a plan. Yes. Also, let's talk about her notable achievements. Impact Makers Awards recognized for outstanding contributions to broadcasting. Eco Heritage Awards honored as OAP of the Year Female. Lagos State Outstanding Officer Award 2023 Senior Category, BBC Media Actions SCPP Project awardee for Best Online Engagement. Voiceover artist and actress. That's why, or this is where she brings stories to life. with her voice. Very beautiful voice, the artist. Hosting events with flair and professionalism. So you can also call her for MC of events. She will deliver 150%. Take it to the bank or using
as collateral. You just drop it there.
Also, she's been a mentor, guiding youth in various universities and inspiring the next generation of broadcasters. She's passionate about broadcasting, dedicated to delivering high quality content and engaging audiences. She's skilled in both English and Yoruba languages. She's committed to meeting deadlines and delivering results. She is, however, married and resides in Lagos State, Nigeria, with her family. In her free time, she enjoys reading, writing, watching movies, and listening to music. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I want to welcome this very esteemed award-winning broadcaster and journalist who show this Omoboriowo. Yes, your antecedents speak for you. You can see that she has finished work. Yes, if only we just are looking at each other like this, shoot it down. But we just like to sometimes the fans will say, is this woman? She's yes, this is what we are about. Yeah, she's what. So we ask her just a couple of questions just to get to know her. And yes, you've been on air for over 15 years. It's not been easy. And what's that on air moment that still gives you chills or makes you laugh uncontrollably? You had so much. You had so many 15 years. God. So which ones? Which one in particular?
Of course, I've had so many. But first, I must thank you. Thank you for the invitation, and big ups to Galaxy Television. Incidentally, when I left school in 2005, this was the first place where I auditioned.
Wow.
Yeah. You just leave school now, they find work, something to do up and down, that kind of a thing. So this was the first place. So when you sent the invitation, oh God, you're like, it felt like, taking me back memory lane somehow. So thank you for bringing me here. And 15 years, hasn't really been long like that. It just seemed like yesterday when person start now. But for every profession there will be ups and downs and all that. So, and there are times you just feel like, who carry me come this profession step? Where to carry me come? I remember vividly during the lockdown, when everybody will be home, and then only they come off for area. Like, okay, so what's up with this person? Kind of a thing. But it's all good. I look back and I think I made the right decision. It's been a childhood dream, and I'm glad I'm living my dream. And one very particular incident that I still laugh about will be that day in the studio and the show, and we had some issues with our original console, and they had to bring in a makeshift console for us. So normally, even if your fader is up and then you switch off the buttons, of course no one is going to be hearing what you're saying outside, but it was a makeshift console, so we don't know. So instead of bringing down the buttons to ensure that, we'll go on this music break, we'll be right back, the music was not going, and instead of you to bring down the fader, because we were used to just switch off, even if your fader was up, just switch it off and then nothing goes on. So we switched off the faders, and incidentally the channels were leaking because it was a makeshift console. So we're like, okay, so we're off. Hey, guy, after that, we were gisting away. And no, like that, and everyone at home was just listening to it. I might get on, before control could get in touch and all that. I mean, we had said a lot of things, but at least we're not planning coup.
Oh my God.
If I still remember that incident, I'm still like, thank goodness. It wasn't one of those times that you had some secret. You know how Things are usually behind the camera or behind the microphone. We say blood, but I mean, that's one incident I would not forget in a very long time.
All right, that's a good one. Now, you once hosted a show on radio called Soul of a Woman. What's the realest thing womanhood has taught you on a affair?
Womanhood, resilience. When you talk about a woman, there is a whole lot about a woman, a whole lot that a woman can do, multitask, do a whole lot. While men are majorly focused on, oh, I want to finish this task, I want to finish this task one per time, you find that women have that, ability to be able to multitask, do a whole lot of things. And then I love that quality of, resilience in the women, that once you set out to do this, you can do it, and then you see it through. So that's a major lesson I've been able to learn, especially hosting that particular show for a number of years. And a lot of women I've had to meet. I've met quite a lot of men too, especially through that particular program. And I know that Nigerian women are quite resilient.
Now, in broadcasting, you've been doing this for about 15 years. It would only be fair if you speak to us about some of the challenges you had from the beginning up until this moment. Because I see a lot of young youths come through and be like, I'm not sure I can be able to do this. Can I do this? Can I do this? Are you helping me do this? What should I say? When this happens to me, how should I go about it? And a whole lot of people don't have. We're going to talk about your strength in mentorship. But before we do that, we need to hear from you, the legend yourself, who's been doing this for a while. How have you been able to come through all these challenges and skills? It's like giving us a mini testimony.
Even though we don't do church. If it's something you're passionate about, your passion will take you far. Because for some, you just believe it's going to be a bed of roses. You're going into, a lot of people see the bright side, the flashy part. Oh, I'm going to be on air. People are going to be listening to my voice. Oh, I'm orally. People are going to be watching me on TV. But I mean, it's a whole lot more than that. The late nights, the early mornings. For about 6-7 years, I never get to see my children go to school except when I'm on leave, because I was on the breakfast show, which will start at 6 a.m. And so I always had to constantly have a nanny that would take care of my children while they are getting, in fact, before they wake up, I don't come off house. So there's some of the things you have to go through, the early mornings, the late nights, and sometimes you don't get to come home at all. I mean, if someone who was supposed to take over from you doesn't show up, I mean, you can't go anywhere. So you just have to stay there and then just make a call. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't come home tonight. Or something came up. So there are quite a number of challenges that we face, having to balance your personal life. But a whole lot, when it comes to broadcasting is your life. You're immersed in it. Somehow it's just like it flows through your blood, except you're just someone who's not passionate about what you do, or you just want to come do your thing and then go away. But if it's something that you're quite passionate about, then you have to know that there are a lot of sacrifices you have to make, personal sacrifices, and you'll be happy doing them, because it's what you really want to do. It's what you're passionate about. So your passion will take you through a whole lot of challenges, one way or the other. When other people are having public holidays, of course, you can't have a public holiday. If you have a show to run, you just have to be there, whether it's a weekend or whether it's, even if the world is collapsing, If you have to be there, you just have to be there. And there are a lot of times where probably you just don't feel like, but you just have to show up because you have a show to run. I know you haven't been feeling well for quite some time, but you're still here. The show just still has to go on. There have been times that I had to leave from my hospital bed to go present a show and then come back to the hospital, and then everyone listens to you and they're like, oh wow, that's one of your best shows. If you know you know, so those are some of the things. You just have to show up and deliver. There are no excuses whatsoever. And basically you just have to be committed. Commitment is a whole lot that you have to what you do, and to ensure that you, at least, that takes you, through a whole lot.
Yes. Now, aside passion, which you've spoken about, what would you say is your major source of motivation and inspiration for kind of like belief? And then we'll talk about broadcasting and journalism as well, because it's not easy. I see a whole lot of people do not understand what this is all about. Just like you said, the flamboyance, the beauty, the every it's looking stunning, she delivered well, our voice is impeccable and all that. They don't know the ish, code that you have to go through everything. So what's that thing that motivates, inspires you aside passion to do this?
You have to be self-motivated. It's a whole lot being Nigerian. But of course, dinner, Abby. And we're still trying to find our own happiness one way or the other. And so, same as if you find yourself in any profession, you have to be self-motivated. Apart from then, maybe your environment also, the kind of colleagues you have, when they know, okay, if they can always step in for you, when they know maybe this person really needs some time off and all that, that also helps you, like, okay, so I have some people who got my back no matter what happens. And it's just from within. It's just from within. Then also have a good support system from home. If I have a show to run, that my husband knows most of my schedule more than I do. Like, oh, are you not supposed to, So you just have someone who pushes you out there and said, oh, just go do your thing. And then from within also try and stay motivated. So that's just it.
All right, before we go on a quick break, I'd like to talk about mentorship. Now, this woman right here, in case you guys don't know, she's one of the most strict human beings ever. So this one is I'm like, how is she able to? If you misbehave, you are done for. All right, but these are some of the perks of being in the profession. However, being who you are, stand up, straight up, great personality. How you mentor them, and it's not easy to be able to do all those things. A lot of people in this world I was reading something this morning, and the guy was breaking up with his girlfriend over text message, and he said, my dear, I've tried, but if I'm permitted to use this word, very good. And I cannot take this kind of good. Again, she puts, I don't know, she put it out on Instagram and said, see how my boyfriend broke up with me. I'm like, you truly are. And he said, I'm sorry, you're a goat, and I thought I could be able to tame you, but I've seen that. I cannot tell you, so I need time off. And then I was reading something one other day from someone else's WhatsApp status, and she said, if you can tame an embedded girl, you can tame that.
Why they shade on embedded people now? What's happening?
That's what she needs. So I just like, this one that you wrote is very true, because I have never seen someone as stubborn as this person. So yes, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God. In essence, some Nigerians, some people, either male or female, they are the darnest thing, it's the hardest thing to be able to talk them into doing stuff. Okay, let me get you under my wings. You have to sit here, you have to do this, you have to do that. So please, how do you do this? I've been so happy. It's not easy. That's why I said I was asked this question. When I meet you, I will learn because some adults need kids sometimes. So how do you do this?
Well, being a strict person, which you have said, people say I'm strict, but for you to be a professional, you have to be, because a lot of people will bring certain things around you, and if you don't stand for something, as they say, you'll fall for anything. So people who mentored me, also had their ways, and there's always a minimum standard for everything. So if you're not there, then you're nowhere. So mentoring the younger generation is a bit of a Herculean task. I've always been around younger people because I used to lecture. So I had been in the university environment where, yes, you have to mix with the younger generation. So you know their ways, certain things, but you always have to set the boundaries and make them understand that this is your minimum standard. So it's either you level up or you fade out. So if you're going to survive my mentorship, then you have to bring your A game. I don't want to mentor people who in the future I can't point to, okay, so that's one of my mentees. I want people who I would say, yes, I'm proud that I was able to mentor this person. People that mentored me listen to me and say, oh, I'm proud of you. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. I majorly started with English. But where I work, you also have the opportunity of developing Yoruba. And being a Yoruba person, I didn't want to limit myself to English. So you must constantly evolve. You can't just say, I've arrived. I can do this. I can do this. What are the other things you can do? You must be able to pinpoint them. You must be able to note those other things you can do. So, but what we found that is quite a number of people who just want to do one thing and then laze around. Oh, I've been able to do this, then I can just sit back, relax. And what we see quite a number of young people, I just want to hammer, I just want to hit, make a hit. Even if you're not putting in the required work, it's not going to work like that. I mean, you have to be consistent. You have to be committed to what you want to do. Your heart has to be there. When I teach people, I tell them that every day I try to learn something new. You might say, oh, there's nothing entirely new under the sun, but some other things might be new to you, might not be new to me. So I try to constantly stay on the lane to ensure that I get something new. Because for those who are coming behind you, of course, they also want to stay relevant. So you also have to stay relevant. So if you're mentoring other people, you have to continue to gather knowledge for you to be able to impart the knowledge, for you to stay ahead. They're coming behind. So you want to mentor them, but they also want to overtake you, but you still have to stay relevant. So you can't just say, oh, I'm at this particular stage in my life, I've arrived. No, you never arrive. You're always on the move. You don't have a destination. Always on the move. So for people who are coming, I look at you. I don't like people who have poor work ethics. At least you know a little bit about If you have poor work ethics, don't come around me. Because how you do other people's work is how you do yours. That's what they say. So if I see that you're doing other people's work anyhow, then I begin to wonder how you're going to do yours. So if you have poor work ethics, just, it's not my job, it's someone else's job. So let me just do it the way when it's your turn to do your own thing, You just do it anyhow because you're used to doing other people's work anyhow. So whatever work ethics you have, whatever things I see around you, how you do, if I give you a task, if I give you assignment, how you do it tells a whole lot about you. And I'm able to say, oh, are you sure you want to come on my mentorship, or you just want to say bye-bye because we don't play.
All right. It's often said that if you want to go fast, you go low, but if you want to go far, you go with everyone. And everyone is really intent to go with this journey. We still have Funmi flying the studios. I'm going to say that for Mrs.
Funmi fly is okay. Your wala is too much. Your wala is too much.
I don't want to go there. You don't understand. Anyway, let's go to school break. We'll be right back. Stay here. To Whatzup on Gatti Television. So for those of you who haven't been watching, it's not too late to try, but however, you can go back on Facebook after this program is done and still go back to the page of Gatti Television, click on it, and see Whatzup was. Like this live right now. See Whatzup live, and you can still watch this program. There's no something to miss out on. Now we have Funmi flying the studios and been doing so much. She's been talking about her life's work, her journey, and the strength of impacting the younger generation. You know, you can be old and still don't know it, but the fact that you can still do what you can, I think others understand the story. That's something that a lot of people do not have strength to possess. Now, we've been asking a couple of questions, and she's been giving us very beautiful answers and telling you what I've learned a lot. If you have not learned, in my cousin's voice, you watch. So something needs to put at the back of the head to proceed. Now, winning multiple awards, including BBC Media Action Award. How do you handle the pressure of constantly setting the bar?
You know, I said earlier, you need to keep acquiring knowledge. You need to continue to skill up. You can't, there's a saying that once you stop learning, you start dying. So you have to constantly be on the go. You have to constantly acquire knowledge. What are the areas where you have interests? You need to constantly read about them, learn about them, attend seminars, workshops, conferences. Things are a bit easier now. You don't have to drive down or travel down to attend conferences. We have some conferences that are hybrid, some virtual, you know. So you can stay in the comfort of wherever you are and then still learn. So, but quite a number of people feel, oh, it's just about staying in a particular place and then, oh, this is what I've been doing for so many years and this is how I will continue to do it. No, it doesn't make sense like that. So you just have to continually evolve, and that's how you can stay relevant, because there are so many things happening on a daily, so many new things coming up on a daily. So if you're not on the move, you'll be left behind. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, you voiced characters and done MC. If you weren't a broadcaster, journalist, what wild career would you have pursued?
Ha, wild qua.
You have to put that there. Now, said what other career?
Wild. I don't know. Wild.
You make it very good at
I actually wanted to.
I thought
but wait, actors are not wild now, right? What do they do? But seriously, at 19, I got a script. Remember back in the day, what's this, the program on NTA? We used to watch at 4 on Sundays. The way they talk, they sound like old person. What's the name of this story? This program on NTA back then at 4. It's a children program. Thank you. You're ancestor. Tales by Moonlight. And I remember back then in NTA, I met Mr. Taiwo Biloye. I could never forget, one of the greatest in NTA back then. And I was supposed to audition for Tales by Moonlight. So I got the script and everything and all that. And so I got back home. So I told my brother, and my brother was like, yeah? So is acting, you want to start now at 19? You never see old, you never see from. So like, no, you're not gonna act, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna, and then stop my parents' admission. I said, no, go to school first. No, you're not gonna start acting and all that. So that was how that dream of acting died. Maybe I could still, I don't know, but even as a broadcaster, you're still a performer. Because you embody different roles. It depends on the script. It depends on the program. So you're still performing one way or the other. So whether I'm acting in movies or I'm acting on radio, I'm still performing.
All right. Let's go personal now as we wrap up the show. What's your favorite holiday destination?
I don't know. Ha! It's plenty. Yeah. It's plenty. But really, I just love serene environment. When I want to vacation, I want somewhere that is not loud. I want somewhere where I can be close to nature. So basically, that's just it for me, because I know once I'm done with vacation, you're coming back to all the madness and all that. Yeah. So if you're taking time out, just find a place where you can be close to nature, somewhere that is serene, quiet, and you can just enjoy yourself. Or maybe my village.
All right, what's your go-to meal?
Meal.
Your go-to meal. I'm not saying favorite.
I'm not a foodie. So for me, I'm just comfortable with anything as long as it tastes nice. Whether it's amala, whether it's Chinese rice, as long as the taste is nice. You know, you can see very beautiful food and then you taste it, you say, oh, what's in this now? So as long as it tastes nice, I'm good to go.
All right. 1 minute. Give your fans words of motivation and inspiration.
Yes, I still find motivation. Well, as a broadcaster, if you want to venture, because for the upcoming generation, they feel broadcasting is all about, the flashy life. Once you go into media like this, you don't hammer, why they shake your head? They don't know. So you need to be committed, persevere, and be passionate about what you do. Be dedicated to your craft, because that will take you far. That's majorly what you should do. Once you come in, you're not going to start counting the millions. It might take a while. So just stay true to your craft and be committed to it. Give it your best shot. Anything your hand finds to do, as long as it's a good thing, give it your best shot, and then you're good to go.
All right, thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate you. I am honored to have you there.
Thank you.
Give us a social media handle so people can follow you.
All right, everywhere you go is at Funmi Funmifly at Funmifly on TikTok, on Instagram, on X. Everywhere you go. For Facebook, you don't fool. I don't think you accept anybody again.
All right, thank you so much for coming through. But a whole lot of you do not understand how and why you should be committed to something. Well, Fly has said everything. Now, it's like a portion to do the right thing. People need to know that hard work always pays. Thank you so much for coming. I'm honored.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Yes.
It's really an honor to be here.
All right, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be time for celebrities. Just a few seconds of the time.